Okay. Thank you very much, Martin. I'm going to tell you a little bit about citizen science and air quality as a representative on air quality. The last time we had an ECSA conference in Geneva, we had a great time, especially with all the air quality people hanging out together. And at some point, a colleague of mine, air quality, Linda, actually, she said, Hester, wouldn't it be a great idea to start an ECSA working group on air quality? So we talked to a number of people and everybody thought it was a great idea. So that's how we got started. We started the working group on air quality, and why are we working on air quality? Why is there so much energy going on in air quality? Well, simply because air quality problem, air pollution has a huge impact on health and climate worldwide. And whereas you can do something about your diet, eat more healthy, or stop drinking or stop smoking, you cannot stop breathing. So there is therefore a lot of interest from citizen science all over the world in what the air quality is and people wanting to take responsibility. So there's lots of things going on in air quality, and still as a working group, we sat together and we said there's so many projects going on, so many ways that we could work together. But still, there are so many differences between different countries, different ways of working, but also between grassroots organizations and institutes having to work together. So we decided to, rather than talk a lot about this, to really do something about it. And we sort of focused our activities on the organization of the European Clean Air Day, which we managed to organize for the first time in 2019. And this was a great way to focus our activities and to find ways to do things together. And we will organize a second one on the 15th of October. So we will definitely invite you to be part of that. One of the things that we focused on is to find ways to harmonize, sort of ways to work on air quality, and we decided we would focus on two or three ways to measure air quality, so that these measurements can form a network which is European-wide. And one of the methods we focused on was the method of sensor.community, which was known also as Luftdaten. And this is about building your own sensor. The sensors are small sensors which are quite inexpensive, but still work quite well and are great to do continuous measurements on particulate matter. But this is a technology which you need a bit of knowledge and a bit of persistence to be able to work with this. So we also focused on a second way to upscale ways to do air quality measurements. And we focused on a method from Norway, which is also very suitable for children, by using a piece of paper, which we then treat with Vaseline, and the particulate matter gets stuck into the Vaseline. So you put the piece of paper up for about a week, and then afterward the children themselves can analyze the data, and the data can then be shared on a European map. As I said, it originates in Norway, so there were lots of measurements done in Norway. But for the Clean Air Day last year, we also translated this method in Dutch, German, English, Hungarian, and Portuguese. So this is accessible to a lot of children in Europe. And of course, it would be very nice if more people could join us, more people could make translations, and then this method could be used by children all over Europe or all over the world for that matter. So also for the Clean Air Day in 2019, we organized lots of meetups, lots of meetings of projects and people doing measurements in Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, also Greece, Budapest. Everybody was welcome to enter with their own meetup. Of course, this year in 2020, we have this Corona crisis, and it will be more difficult to organize face-to-face meetings, but maybe we can also do online meetings, and we will also it's a great way also to have international attention to your local air quality project, and we can all learn from each other in that way. So please join the Clean Air Day 2020 and go to the website and just tell us, give us your ideas, or borrow the ideas from other people and join one of the larger scale projects. Another thing we were working on to also upscale and make available for on a European scale was surveys. Here I give you the link to a survey which is really to compare and to study different types of air quality projects all over Europe. But we are also going to work on a survey which is more intended for use in a citizen science project. For example, if you have a citizen science project and you start it and you want to know what is driving people, what are their concerns, it would be great to have such a survey which is which you can use in different countries for different projects, so they become more comparable. So this is some of the activities we had as an air quality group, but there are more working group activities. For example, there will also be lectures. And to give you a flavor of what these lectures are all about, I will give the word now to Marta, who will tell you about one of the upcoming lectures. She will not give the whole lecture. To really see the whole lecture, you will have to join our working group, and you will be very welcome, and she can tell you more about it. Thank you.
We should have a changeover now to Marta.
Yes, thank you. Hester, can I have the slide? Okay, thank you. So I will be...
Could Hester click hide on the StreamYard pop-up, please? Okay, let's keep going until that happens, Marta, or we will run out of time.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Marta Oliviera, and I will be presenting Assessing Air Quality Information on Both Sides of the Atlantic, the perspectives on governmental and citizen science data. This is a joint work with Kate Stone. Unfortunately, Kate cannot be here with us today. So please have the next slide. So I'm from Lisbon, Portugal. My background is environmental engineering and science communication. And Kate is from San Francisco, USA, and the founder of Science Connected, and an NGO, a nonprofit, sorry. So we are both members of the ECSA Empowerment Working Group, and I am also a member of Air Quality Working Group. Next slide, please. So why choose Lisbon and San Francisco, and why focus on air quality? Well, both cities are by the coast. They both have air quality monitoring and sometimes air pollution peaks. And also due to their climate and location, are very likely to suffer increasing effects of climate change, such as heat waves and poorer air quality. They also have different citizen science contexts, which make them interesting to compare. Besides that, San Francisco is one of the 5 sustainable cities making a difference for the planet, and Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, is the 2020 European Green Capital. Next slide, please. Thank you. So, from our proposal to the conference, we selected here 3 topics to share with you. And these topics are communicating air quality data. Is data available to everyone? The locus of control, meaning the citizens' role in contributing to the definition of air quality standards and practices. And finally, the way each country's environmental protection agencies commit to the use of low-cost sensors and citizen science in air quality management. Next slide, please. Okay, so now, and I don't know who our audience is, but probably many of you are familiar with air quality data and air quality data shared online. So you probably know it is usually displayed on a map, usually using a color code. So green is good, red is bad air quality, and involving numbers. It can be either an air quality index or specific to a pollutant. So if I ask you now, where is Wally in this image, you will say it's easy. I can see Wally in the center. So, but if I ask you, where is this map? What are those numbers about? Maybe you will have a harder time to answer. Next slide, please. And now if I suggest you to look the image on the left, I don't know if it's possible to zoom this a little bit, but if I ask you, do you recognize this? Thank you. You might say, no, I don't. Or this could be Lisbon or San Francisco, I don't know. Or you can say, oh, no, I recognize it. And now if I suggest you to look at a piece of a table on the right-hand side, I'm sorry, it is very likely to be a small size for you, but it displays concentration values in micrograms per square cubic meter, so it's concentrations, and then you would have something like 120 and 118, and so if I could challenge you to say, what is this about? What are those numbers? Which pollutant is involved here? Could you be able to say? And also, could these numbers be based on low-cost sensors data? And would this information be available for citizens for every year? And another question would be, if this is relevant for citizens' health, which types of air pollution warnings exist? Next slide, please. Well, and if you are curious to know more, please do come to our next air quality working group meeting. And thank you. And in the next slide, we have how you can contact us. Thanks.